A baby dum ba dum ba da bum ba. A ba dum ba ba da ba dum. A ba dum ba ba da bum. Gotta make sure everything is properly set up and connected, and it looks like we have got everything running just the way it's supposed to run. Awesome, awesome, awesome! That is fantastic. Alright, let's get the world loaded. Hello, travelers of the internet, and welcome back to Guardian Studios. Or if you are new to the channel, hey there and welcome to ya. My name is JGardo1, I am your host, guide, and humble bard into the worlds virtual and fantastical, and I am very pleased to welcome you all back to the channel, or in the case of newcomers, welcome you fresh to the Guardian Studios experience. Hello, Chicken! Hello, Ryan! Glad to see you both make it to the stream. Hope you're doing alright today. Hope you're having a good day, and I hope the same for everybody else out there in the world, watching whether live or otherwise. And hey, if you do, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and smack the bell. Oh wait, that wasn't quite... There we go. Hey, dinos! Hello, 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 my friend! You done with the live stream? All 24 hours worth. Nice, my dude. Well done. Well done. I can imagine that was probably a very stressful thing to be doing, but hey, good job on you doing it. Power to you, my friend. Power to you as a content creator. You actually pulled it off. What the flimble flam... Oh, okay. I'm sorry. This is not that funny, but at the same time it is. I get hit by this moron, and then his buddy decides to come out and say, "No, don't you hit him." And then he shoots him, and it just struck me funny when that happened. Oh, but of course the stupid skeletons decided that they still didn't like me any more than they liked each other, so they decided to go after me, so I had to take them out. It's a real shame. If they weren't hostile, I bet we could be friends. Maybe. Oh, that's awesome, dinos. That's awesome. Good for you, my dude. Yeah, I see that, Ryan. So what? You taking a break? Taking a break from the content? I can understand that. Sometimes you gotta take a break. Oh, let me guess. This partly has to do with getting yourself set up with your new equipment, right? That's part of what it is? Correct me if I am wrong, by all means. Ah, exams. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes total sense, Ryan. Makes total sense. Hey, we got some gold! Sweet! A golden opportunity indeed. Gotta go ahead and grab all that gold. Grab all the gold we can, because we're gonna be needing as much of it as we can collect. Yeah, school, exams, these are trying times. These are trying times for people. I can well understand that. But hey, that's part of why Guardian Studios exists. Give you guys somewhere to come hang out and chat and just not have to worry about it for a little while. Or at least not have to worry about it as much. Something you can, at the very least, listen to or watch in the background while you're either chilling or working. And hey, if you are along for the ride here, I can't begin to thank you enough for the support. It means a lot more than my words can express. It truly, truly does. Go ahead and grab those. Lock up that, because why not? Oh no. Dinos, no. Not that meme. That's all that is at this point, is a meme. Everybody's making a meme out of it. I mean, that's pretty much what it was intended to be, but good grief. When are people gonna get tired of it, you know? You're going insane? That just put a song in my head. That just made me think of a song. Just coming loose and I'll go insane. Oh man. Sleeping in is probably a big relief after being on stream for 24 freaking hours, my dude. Embrace the opportunity to rest after doing a stream that long. Good, good. I can imagine that it did. I don't know if I could if I'd have the patience to be able to do a 24-hour stream deal. That'd be kind of crazy for me, but then again, might be a fun challenge to try one day. Oh, nice! That's awesome, right? Oh, crud. Not only am I not picking up anything at this point, I'm also running low on durability for my Silk Touch pick. Yeah, I should have made some backup Silk Touch picks to use instead of this one, because it's getting a little low on durability. Ow. That did not feel good. Oh my goodness. I do hope you enjoy your time in the USA when you get to this side of the pond, though, Ryan. I truly do. Oof. Thunder. Thunder or lightning. Where there is thunder, there is lightning. Give me that ancient debris. A bit of debris just for me. Unfortunately, debris is not what I really need right now. What I really need right now is gold. I need a serious, hefty amount of gold. I'm not sure, Dinos. I don't know if I have the skill to be able to do that. Oh, wow, jeez. I'm sorry your computer had to do that, had a blue screen situation. That's no good. Ugh. Yikes. Hey, piglins! Whoop-de-doo. Hello, piglins. Hello. Hopefully these ones don't have a problem with me being in the nether. Okay. That's a hole. Just checking out this hole. I wouldn't want the piglins to fall into it or anything. Yeah, that was definitely a hole. Okay, we can go. Oh, Liberty Doobala! Why do I keep falling in freaking holes? Alright, Dinos, you have a good rest of your night, my friend. You get some sleep. Hope we see you again at the next stream. I don't know why I did that. I just had a weird impulse. And we are moving on. And we are dealing with some very irritating mobs and a very bad case of the hot juice. That is not what I was trying to do. I was trying to put a block in the gap where it came from. I didn't realize I hadn't finished that tunnel. Oh, I see, I see. Makes sense, makes sense. Oh, I see what's going on. I started this tunnel, got to the end. Why was this tunnel? Oh, this tunnel was 3 blocks wide at the front. Okay, I bumbled. I bumbled a lot. Hey, Scout! Glad you can make it, my dude. Glad you can make it. Yeah, I seriously bumbled on this one. On this tunnel, I bumbled. I started the next one over when this one was still one that I needed to work on. Oh well. What really concerns me is my Silk Touch pick is getting very, very low. This is the price you pay when you use a Silk Touch pick. They don't auto-repair. Because they, even when they have mending, nothing that they break will drop XP. Not good. Not good at all. In fact, it's... alright. This is actually really bad. It is very bad. Very, very bad. But we try to take it in stride as best we can anyway. Alright, put that there, that there, that there, da-ba-dee-ba-da-bum-ba-da-bo. Put that there, put that there. Alright, so, wait a minute, how much gold do we have in there? 64 and 14. Okay, so the reason why I'm using my Silk Touch pick to make the tunnels at the moment is because I'm trying to get gold, and I feel like you get more gold from the Nether using Fortune, but it fills up the inventory so freaking fast that it ain't even funny. So I was using my Silk Touch pick to collect gold ore that I could then take home to the overworld and use Fortune to break it down and get all the nuggets and stuff. And then I would just worry about compacting it all together. Alternatively, I could always smelt the gold ores into solid ingots and not have to worry about compacting anything. But I have a feeling I'll get more gold by breaking it down with Fortune. But I was using my good pick because it's the only Silk Touch pick I currently have. Believe you me, I'm going to fix that now. When we get home, when we get back to the overworld, one of the things I'm going to have to do is go over to Fort Delon and start trading up a storm to get my pickaxe repaired. Both pickaxes, actually. Because unfortunately, my Fortune pick is also taking some damage from all this. Oh, I got so tired of the lag. Lag. It's not fun. It's irritating when the game decides to lag on me. And my inventory is full again. Running back down the tunnel. Yeah, we're gonna have to make a backup Silk Touch pick. We may have to make a couple of them, in fact. I'll be spending many sessions of AFK time over at the the skeleton grinder. Now I can get the levels to craft the stinking backup Silk Touch pick set. Oh, skeleton! Really get tired of dealing with skeletons around here. Zombie piglins I can live with. But dealing with the stinking skeletons? Yuck. Get so tired of it. And the thing is, it's gonna be a never-ending problem. We're gonna constantly have to deal with those guys. You know, I think I'm gonna take a whole boatload worth of quartz with me to the overworld. So that I can trade that to my masons, and that should help me get both emeralds for more trades and a fair bit of XP. You know what, we'll come back up that tunnel. I don't care about a power 1 bow. What I care about is clearing these tunnels in my usual way. I am nothing if not thorough. And there's always a chance that there's more gold hidden in that third block up. Beetroot? Scout? I would say no. No, I personally don't think beetroots are really that important. The only use that I find for beetroots is trading with the villagers. That's the only reason that I bother stocking them up. Trading them with villagers or giving them to villagers for them to use as food. That is literally the only use I have for beetroots. I mean, come on. The food they make, beetroot soup, it doesn't even stack with more of itself in vanilla. And the only other use for them besides trading, feeding villagers, or beetroot soup is red dye, which you can get much easier, honestly, by farming red flowers. Yeah, if you're gonna worry about beetroot, I would just have a little plot of it in a garden. In the game. If you're worried about beetroot in the game, just add a plot of it in your garden. Ooh, see what I mean about the third layer? There's some gold. I need it. Not out of greed, but out of necessity. I need that gold. Give me the gold. Give to me the gold. Give me the gold that I need now. Gave me the gold. Let's keep going. No, seriously, Dice, or Scout, the only reason I need the gold is for the Grand Gyros Railway. If I didn't need gold for that, I wouldn't be bothering with gold right now. I mean, seriously, what am I gonna use it for besides powered rails? Okay. Inventory is full. Cradola. No point breaking any more blocks, because we're gonna have to come back and pick up the ones we just made drop. And yeah, my pickaxes are definitely gonna need some serious repairs. I really think we're going to be taking a bunch of quartz back to the overworld with us, and using that for some trading to help with the repairs. And in the process of doing the trading to make the repairs, we'll probably get a whole bunch more pork chops because I'm starting to run low on food. Again. Oh, okay. No. I one-shot that moron. That was funny. That's nice. That's a satisfying feeling when you can one-shot an enemy. It really, really is. It doesn't matter what game. You can one-shot a baddie. It feels so good. Alright, almost a stack and a half of gold now. That's good. That's good. That's a solid amount of gold. It's not as much as we need, but it's a good amount. Can the game stinking move now? Thank you. I'm telling you, the game has gotten laggier and laggier on this version. And I do not understand why it is doing that. Why would it be getting laggy? If it has been shown the same attention as Java Edition, it would not be having that problem. And I just realized I'm going down the wrong freaking tunnel. It's the next one over. There it is. Okay, here we go. Oh, I am breaking down the blocks. Whoa, look out there! Dodging the hot juice. I am breaking all the blocks, dodging the hot juice. Looking to get a bunch of gold and maybe ancient debris. Whoa, hello. And the hot juice decided to pour all over me. Get so tired of that! This is why I don't like coming to the Nether. But I thought it would be better to do our work in the Nether rather than work in the overworld in the Badlands that I want to save mining in until I'm shaping out a base in that area. Silly me. Silly, silly, silly me. Or maybe I should say it in the way of Squidward. Oh, silly me. I should have worked in the Badlands. I want to save for later. Whoop-de-freaking-do. Yeah, I can't pull off a proper Squidward. I just can't pull off a proper Squidward. Of course, I can't do any of those other characters' voices either. So, meh. Oh boy. Yeah, next time if I want gold, I'll just mine in the Badlands. Strip mine down in the depths of the Badlands and get up all the goodies that I want from there. Alright, let's take this back to the overworld. We'll get busy on processing it into usable forms. Sounds like a smart move, Scout. Sounds like a smart move. That's what we call learning. Mistakes can be made, but lessons can also be learned from those mistakes. Let's see, where am I? Where am I? I am here. And I am there. And I am everywhere that I don't want to be. I meant to... Oh, shoot! The ancient debris! I need to go back. I need to go back. I need to go back and I need to get the ancient debris. I cannot believe I just did that. I had ancient debris that I was going to bring back from the nether. I was going to convert my chest plate and my boots into netherite. I completely forgot. I honed in on the gold, which is what I was supposed to do, but for crying out loud, me. I gotta make sure my armor and stuff is fully upgraded too. Worrying exclusively about the darn gold is not the way to go. Is there any ancient debris in here? Yes, there is. Okay, hang on. Here's what I'll do. Leave a piece here. There we go. Alright, Scout. See you later. You have a good rest of your day or night, my friend. Alright, give me my helmet back. That is not my helmet. I was not trying to click on that. Stinking thing. Here, take the gold helmet. I don't want to wear the gold helmet right now. Up the airy mountain, down the rushing glen, we daren't go a-hunting, for fear of little men. Or in this case, little zombie men. Creepy, nasty little stinkers, aren't they? Especially when it happens to be a chicken jockey. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it in the meme style. Are you kidding? No way, Jose. I can't believe some of the antics some people are getting up to because of that. I don't know if anybody's heard about it, but some of the audience, some of the moviegoers that end up in the audience of the Minecraft movie have gone a little nuts with some of the things they've done. I won't go into specifics here, but I will say some of it is kind of scary. Let's see, I've been trying to process what little gold I've got. It isn't much, but my hope is that what little I do have will help with getting the powered rails I need to crafted. Here's a question. Why have we not ever gotten a tradesman that trades redstone components? Yes, we've got the cleric who trades redstone dust, but I just wonder, could we not have a guy that trades and what that redstone dust can get turned into? Like a guy that sells specifically comparators and redstone torches and maybe even observers and the two kinds of minecart, or the different kinds of minecart rails, because there's a lot of different kinds of minecart rails. You could divide the redstone component tradesman into two different kinds: the railway worker or the conductor. Maybe call him a conductor and have him sell all the different kinds of rails. You can have another guy that sells things like comparators, repeaters, observers, though those would probably be expensive. It's just a question, why do we not have guys that sell those sorts of things? And what, does Mojang think that that's not a worthy investment of their time and effort to enhance the game with that? I'm sorry, I for one would love to have a villager tradesman that does those kinds of trades. Especially the rails. You could probably get a much better value that way. It stinks that I only have the two masons. I thought I had more than that. Thankfully, we left some iron here that I can use to trade with some of our other dudes on that row. So let's go see what they will trade. Mostly worried about repairing my Silk Touch pick, because that's the one that's harder to repair. If I want to repair my my fortune pick, it's simple enough. Just go mining for stuff that drops XP. Diamonds, redstone dust, coal, lapis. Go mining for that stuff, and I can repair my fortune pick while making a profit in the good stuff. Said I was gonna end up restocking on food. I wasn't kidding. Gotta get some extra to put into the chest. Are you opened up again? Nope. Okay, that's fine. Come on, game. I was trying to think I may need to change machines before too long just to be able to continue streaming. At least for a little while. Do I need the redstone dust? You know what? I have to make powered rails. Let's assume that I do need it. Besides, I need the trade as well, so... It's the trade that I really need. Alright. How many stacks of quartz is that? That's 7 stacks and a half. 7.5 stacks of freaking quartz. That's a lot of quartz. That's a lot of quartz. It's kind of insane how much quartz that is. 40 emeralds even in my inventory. That's kind of cool. Hey, welcome back, Ryan. Welcome back, Ryan. Glad to see you back in the chat, my friend. Always good to see your name there. Alright, so how much gold and how much debris? Alright, 12, so that'll make 3 ingots of netherite. Oh, that's gonna eat into my gold. That's gonna eat up some of the gold. Well, crud. It is what it is, I guess. We need to upgrade our boots and our chest plate. So it is what it is. 1, 2, 3. So we've got an extra netherite ingot for safekeeping, I guess. And the question now is, where can I... Ah, here's one. Well, that answers that question pretty effectively, doesn't it? Alright, boots, chest plate, give me those. Put 1 ingot in there, and we will shove it in a bundle for safekeeping. We'll keep things somewhat organized. Oh, crud, we also need... Oh, crud, that... I didn't think about this. We're going to need... this. We need a couple of those, so hold on. Turn those to diamonds. I also need I need netherrack. Oh, I'm gonna have to go back. I gotta go back to the mine. Crud. I did not think this all the way through. I clearly did not think this through. How did I not think it through? I gotta go get netherrack. I've gotta go all the way back to the mines. Oh my gosh. That's embarrassing. Well, since I'm still here, let's check on... Check on our gold processing. Looking good. Is there anything in here? No. Kind of. Okay. Oh, nighttime. It's heading into nighttime. Time to go jump in bed and take a snooze. Take a little snooze cruise into the openness of dreamland. Little snooze cruise. Oh, morning already? Okay. Alright, one more check to see... Yep, it's finishing up. The gold is finishing up processing. Alright, well. Seeing as how I gotta do things different anyway, going to put the gold in here for the moment. I gotta go get a couple of blocks of netherrack. I can't believe I didn't think of that. I can't believe I didn't think about it. I'm gonna have to bring a stack of netherrack home with me this time, so that if this kind of thing comes up again, I already have netherrack here to be able to convert into netherite upgrades. This is exceptionally irritating. Exceptionally irritating. But what are you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Yeah, I'm gonna stop right there, because that's probably gonna get me in trouble. Up and over. Come on. Oh. Well, there's not a stack here. Is there? Yes, there is! Thank you! Okay, we just need 2 for the 2 that we need. Let's go ahead and craft them up. Might as well, right? Yes, there we go. Game? Game? Come on. Don't be annoying. Don't be annoying. There we go. Okay, we can move again. Convert 2. I actually had 2 diamonds more than I needed. My bad. My bad. Grab those, pop those in there. Dooba 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 bum bum. Dabba dooba dooba bum bum. And actually, we can put this in there as well. And there we go. We've still got the 2 that we need. Let's head back to base. Let's head back to Winter Harbor proper. I just cannot believe that I went to all that trouble gathering that debris and I forgot that I was going to need netherite upgrades. It was like for a moment there, my mind went back to a version of Minecraft where we didn't need that. Where we didn't have to use the upgrades. Old habits, as they say, they end very hard. Alright, going up, and one more time, up. Very good. Upgrades, netherite, and wait. Helps to be able to insert the equipment that's getting upgraded. Dooba, daba, yabba dabba doom. Chest plate. Boots. Excellent. Full set of netherite. It's about freaking time. We're back to full power! Minus, that is, our, minus our pick's durability. My pickaxe is still very, very badly damaged. Not good, but what are you gonna do? Oh, I already have stuff. Why did I think I don't know. Okay, give me that gold. Give me the gold, because we're about to go do some stuff. Alright, you know what? You can be the chest that stores that. And for now, you can store the pork chops as well. I need to get those. I gotta find a different spot to put those, but I'll do that later. Let's just travel through the underground. I'm not gonna bother with the boat this time, because I don't care. Right now, I'm not in the mood to deal with bringing the boat out again. I just want to go get some more trading done to repair this pick now that the other one is mostly repaired. Oh, it is so irritating when you have a plan, but every time you turn around, the plan doesn't work going forward. If it wasn't for the fact that I try to avoid using glitches wherever I can in Minecraft, I would make use of a glitch. I would find out if there's a way to glitch in a whole boatload of powered rails and just use a whole boatload of powered rails to set up the stinking rail line. But I don't even know if that's if such thing exists, and even if I did, I try to avoid using them. So, ba-ba-da-ba. Come on, where is my cursor? There is my cursor. Why was my cursor way over there? I don't understand why it was over there. That makes no sense. Grab the iron, grab the quartz. And of course I've got my emeralds, so I can trade with those as well. Wait a minute. Hello, gentlemen. You are more expensive. Okay, that's fine. The price is not really a big deal. I mostly just want to trade. I'm here for the trade itself, not so much the price. This, on the other hand, is a trade that I don't like when the price goes up. I do not like having to deal with the expanded price. Is there anybody else I can trade with that maybe I can use my emeralds with? Somebody who doesn't get a whole lot of attention? We'll see. You're the carrot master. You are the wheat salesman. I am not surprised I haven't traded as much with you. You know what? We're gonna buy a little bit of bread. You can feed it to your friends over at the Villager Breeder. Yeah? What you having, Ryan? Anything tasty? Anything good? What's this guy? This guy is the potato farmer. The potato man. The tater man. That sounds like a really weird, obscure hero. Or maybe a villain. Tater man. Oh my gosh, that actually sounded so... That actually sounded better than I was intending for it to sound. Oh my gosh. Whoops. I was trying to say it as like a joke, but no, it ended up coming out really funny. Taterman. Oh no. And now I just made myself think of a movie. Ooh. Cheese sandwich, yes. Ham and cheese, not my thing. But it does sound like a good combo with a chocolate bar. Kind of. I mean, I still wouldn't go for the ham on my sandwich. Not a big fan of ham. No. Bacon? That's delicious. Pork chops? Scrumptious. But ham? I don't know. Like, I guess it's just something to do with with the texture or something. Oh no, I get that. I get that about the chocolate, but yeah. And then chocolate, chocolate is just absolutely delightful. It is a sweet treat. What a tasty treat. So following up a sandwich with a chocolate bar, that to me, nice. Oh, I like that. I respect you for that particular choice, my friend. Alright, pickaxe is nearly fully repaired. I want to briefly stock up on some more food. Because I know me, I'm going to blow through my pork chop supply quick if I'm not careful. Plus, it's a little more XP to repair the rest of my equipment. make sure everything is topped off as best as I can. Yeah, I can't trade with you anymore. Yeah. Ooh. Oh. You had me, Ryan, until you mentioned beans. Beans. For me, they've got to be mixed into something. Beans are okay, I'm sure, but I've always been the sort where they have to be mixed in with something or else I'm not a big fan. Baked beans. Yeah, that's a good option. But the rest of that breakfast that you mentioned, ooh, man, that's good. What do you want, pig? What are you looking at me for? You want to get swatted? You want to get swatted? I didn't think so. Although he was poking at me with his snout real good, like he did. What a moron. Alright, I'm going to put the rest of this iron away. We do not have a whole lot of gold, so we're probably going to end up not being able to finish the rails, even now. Very frustrating, but we can at least try to install what we can of the rails and then move forward. So for now, I'm going to put this bread here, because it's going to be used for the villagers anyway. We're going to run back to home. Run back to Winter Harbor. I think at some point I may set up another station somewhere along the line that we've built. Convert one of those segments in a plains biome into a station and give it a nice name. But I'd like to have a base in every major kind of biome. Desert, Badlands, snow, plains, mountain, if I can manage it. Although a mountain base would probably end up being mostly subterranean. You know, underground. But that kind of makes sense to me. It kind of makes sense to me to do an underground base for a mountain. A mountain base just seems fitting to have it be under the mountain. You know what? I'm going to put my emeralds in here. I don't know why I've still got these apples on me. I actually meant to leave those behind. Pork chops are all there. Ooh, grilled cheese. Now that's delicious. That is absolutely delicious. You make it right, and a grilled cheese is always going to be a king meal for me. That's my perspective on it. A grilled cheese is a king among meals. Pairing it with chips, or as you guys call them across the pond, crisps, that's icing on the proverbial cake. But if you haven't ever tried it, for some reason, I recommend pairing a grilled cheese with tomato soup. Once upon a time, would never have touched it, but oh my gosh, delicious. Absolutely freaking delicious. Like, it's a combo you can't go wrong with. And again, once upon a time, would never have said it, so if you hear me saying it, count on it. It's genuine. It is genuinely a good option. Alright, we are almost out of gold again already. This is why I was saying, we're probably not going to be able to finish the project, even with what we've got. We are going to end up needing to go to the Badlands, I think, and get the rest of the gold we need from there. It's, at this point, it's just pretty much an inevitability that we're going to have to mine in the Badlands. I didn't want to have to mine in the Badlands until I had, you know, actually been in the Badlands. but needs must, and the situation does not make it seem like we're going to be able to do things the way that I intended. But that's no big deal, ultimately. The big deal is that we are making big progress on this project. That's what's important. Making progress on the Grand Gyros Railway project, that is the most important thing right now. I want to fully connect Snowdrift and Sandstorm stations. I want to get those two things connected. I want to make it so that I can start expanding my construction efforts to different biomes. I want to build in different themes. I want to build in different environments. I want to use elements from those environments to improve the builds, and creatures from those environments to populate the builds, if I can. That is what I want, more than anything, when it comes to this world. I want to make it very clear, this world has been around for a while. And it has been densely worked on. It has been worked on with great dedication. Wow, that all sounds incredibly tasty, Ryan. That all sounds delicious. Good grief. Man. That really does sound good. You're making me hungry over here, man. I'm gonna have to get something to eat after the stream. Now that I think about it, I haven't actually had dinner. I'm gonna have to get something after the stream. I'm gonna have to figure out what to get. That's where things are gonna get difficult. What am I gonna have? I'll think about it. I'll think on that later. I'm trying to think, what would be some good builds to do in different biomes? Obviously, in the white sand, in this yellow sandy desert kind of region that we're headed for, I'm probably gonna end up building some kind of pyramid. Wait, Gyros? Did I unwittingly name my world after a food? Is that what you're telling me, Ryan? If that is the case, then oh my gosh, that is hilarious. I just came up with a word. I just came up with a sound, and I just made up the name based on the sound I wanted to go with. I was not trying to make it... Oh my gosh. So I unwittingly named my world after a food. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. Oh my gosh, that is... Yeah, please explain more later. Like, in the Discord or something. Or, yeah, explain later, because that is funny. Oh, the idea that I may have accidentally named my world after a food, that's gonna have me chuckling for quite a while, I can tell you. That is hilarious. I did not mean to name my world after anything. I just came up with a sound that I wanted to incorporate. Yeah, double check, because it could just be that it's sounding like something. But if that is the case, then that is absolutely hilarious. Even if it's not, that it brought up the question of if it was named after one. My gosh, that would be... That is hilarious in and of itself. That the question was even brought up if it was named after a food. Oh my gosh, that would be silly and funny and so darn cool at the same time. Unwittingly naming it after anything would be funny. Riding along the rails. Such a wonderful feeling, riding on the rails. Riding along on the rails. I love it. I do. I love it, 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 I love it. I do think that for every area that I set up a base... Oh my gosh, that's... So I did unwittingly name my world after a food. That is hilarious. You will have to explain that to me later, for sure, because I am very, very curious now. But as I was saying, I think for every base that I build, I'm going to have to set up an iron farm and some kind of villager breeder. Most definitely going to have an iron farm near every base, because that way I don't have to go shuttling back and forth, just because I need iron. If nothing else, it would make it so I could have way more iron producing if I ever get to the point where I can set up multiplayer on this world. Because then if anybody ends up needing a lot of iron, one or two people can go camp out at two different iron farms and just sit there building up the iron supplies. Honestly, tempted to try that once I have a second iron farm with just my own setup. See if I can. See if I can figure out a way to make it so I can have another player entity in the world sitting at the second iron farm. I don't know if it would actually work, but if it would, then I would definitely do that, because then I'd be able to get more iron, and I could just ship the iron I need that I get from the one farm to the station where the other guy is, and just keep on going with it. I may have to set up some kind of system to box up iron as it's produced, just to make it so that I can have the iron get transported in whichever direction. It's just if I know if I'm gonna be... So if I'm at Sandstorm Station hanging out at an iron farm there, no, that wouldn't work. I'd have to have the second player entity travel with the iron, so that won't work. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. I'll take a look as soon as the stream is over. Have I mentioned yet that I like minecart rails like this? Minecart train setups like this? I find it so cool and chill and relaxing to just get on a minecart train and ride and just go wherever it's gonna go. Hey, I promise I will take a look as soon as the stream is done, my friend. Ha ha! The one skeleton shot the other one. I never get tired of situations like that. That is funny. Minecart, slow down. I need to stop on the rails and take a nap real quick. I need to take a nap real quick. Alright. We can continue our journey now. So this is part of why I wish that more of the mods that exist on Java Edition would get Bedrock Edition equivalents, like Create. If any of you guys have seen the Create mod and the trains that can be built with that mod, can you imagine if we could build a train of that style and that of a player, a 2 scale with the player Minecraft train that travels all around a world or a server? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine how cool that would look with the vibrant visuals we're going to be getting? That would be insanely awesome. See, yeah, exactly. There's a thought, Ryan. Technically, you can still do stuff similar to that with minecarts, but it will never have as much of a realistic feel to what an actual train would be like. If you could build a proper shaped train on Bedrock the way that you can on Java with the Create mod, oh my gosh. It's part of why I'm very curious how they do that kind of stuff on servers like the Hive. How do they do that? How do they set that up? How do they shape it? How do they get it into the server? These are questions that have gotten into my head since I first visited the Hive. And I don't see any answers forthcoming. Yeah, minecarts are generally going to be slower than the trains, too. But with a train... This is just confirming something that I've already felt. When I can... down the road, I'm thinking I want to take this world or another one like it from Bedrock, if that's at all possible, put it on Java, get it in a version with a solid setup of mods, and see what can be expanded on it. Oh yeah, I remember, Ryan, I remember. Hey, Leo! Hey, no worries, man. You're not late as long as you make it to the stream. You make it for a part of the stream, you are not late in my book. That's what I thought, Ryan. But I would love to be able to take Gyros or one of the other worlds that I've worked on, move it to Java, and put it in a modded form of the game that I can then expand on the ideas that I had. Make it big, grand, glorious, beautiful, even more than I already did. Because there are a few worlds that I'm exceptionally proud of, that I've done before, that I would love to revisit and build on what I had. Or find a way to recreate what I had on those worlds on another one and expand upon what I had in the original version with new stuff. I'm starting to wonder if I have enough stuff, enough redstone torch. I do now. I definitely have enough redstone torches now. I was gonna say, I'm starting to wonder if I have enough redstone torches for the rails that we have to place. But I do. I do have enough. What I do not have enough of is powered rails, just in general. We are still a little over 2,000 blocks away from being done with the rail line. Granted, even once this line is put in, I still have to go back and do another line on the other side at some point. But my goal here is just to connect Snowdrift Station and Sandstorm Station so that I can travel smoothly between the two. And we are on the verge of making that a reality. We're just a few dozen powered rails short. Please do so, because I would love to look into that. I mean, I'm sure I'd have to set up a realm to transfer this world onto to get it off the PlayStation, but to be able to expand upon my ideas using modded Java would be absolutely incredible. So if you can send me something on that, please do so, Ryan. I would appreciate it immensely. Alright. So at this point, I definitely am going to have to go to the Badlands to get the rest of the gold that we need. I was hoping to avoid doing that until I set up a solid base there. And I wasn't going to do that until the two stations were connected. But I don't really see any other way to really go about doing this. It's true that I could mine on the right Y level and get a decent amount of gold from my home base's strip mine. But it would not be nearly as much, and it would not be nearly as easy as going to the Badlands and just mining underground there. Gold is way easier to get in the Badlands than anywhere else in the overworld because of how the generation rules apply to gold ore in the Badlands biome specifically. In the Badlands, gold can spawn at a much higher, or generate at a much higher Y level than it can in any other part of the overworld. Which, it fits with the Badlands, because the Badlands is reminiscent of, like, the Wild West. The United States' Wild West. You can't tell me that it's not based on that region of the world. And that is why they make it so that gold is much more plentiful there. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. Do I expect that I am? No. I have a feeling that I'm right. If anyone has any factual proof that it's not based on that, like, statement from the developers, by all means, share it with me. But I really didn't want to have to go strip mining in the Badlands until I had an established base there. That's the thing that bugs me about this. But the Nether is proving to be a pain in the neck to get any gold from. It eats through my Silk Touch pick. So I feel like I'm just better off using Fortune anyway. And yeah, just ultimately I think I'm better off mining in the Badlands. I feel like for every ore that we find there, I will get much more gold back. Which, considering when you mine in the Badlands, it's regular gold ore, which now drops raw gold, which each one becomes an ingot when smelted, and you can use Fortune on that to get more raw gold. Do I need to say any more on it? I don't think so. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. I appreciate it, my friend. Because, yeah, one day I would love to be able to take some of my old Bedrock Edition worlds and do either streams or videos of going into those worlds, taking what I had and improving it with modded capabilities, if possible, on Java. Or even just fiddling around with them on Java, adding the more modern elements from the newer versions of the game to the old worlds. I'm good with just doing that. I'm good with doing that too. We'll see. Whatever Hermit set up, Snowdrift set up the cabin and the farms over at Snowdrift Station. Didn't do a half-bad job with that. You see what I did there? Spiked a little bit of lore into it. That's something I like to do. I like to add lore to the builds that I make. I haven't been doing it with this world because it's been slow going, and it's also been a case of, is there even a lore usable for Winter Harbor in Snowdrift Station? I think there is. I think the simplest lore to give is Snowdrift Station was set up because there was going to be a town there, and it didn't end up being built. The town didn't end up happening. But there was still somebody living there, so something took shape, so the station remains. Or it could always be that maybe there's supposed to be a town nearby, and somebody just decided to set up stuff at the area by the station. And we'll just have to go back later and build the town. I'm good with doing that too. When it comes to lore, at the moment, Gyros is still very fresh, so it doesn't really need a big bunch of lore at this point. But once we start getting into bigger builds, and once we start doing more stuff, we'll probably end up having lore for a lot of the stuff around here. For a lot of the stuff on this world, we'll end up having lore. But for now, I'm just having fun building and running around, exploring, looting, and getting all the goodies and doing whatever. I cannot wait to put in powered rails on the rest of this line and make it so that we can ride back and forth between stations. And I can ride a minecart out to the tunnels that need to be expanded for the iceboat highway, break them up where I need to, gather up all the materials, and ship them off ahead of me down the line to whichever station I'm headed towards. And just keep doing that until the tunnels are shaped so that we can have our ice boat highway right on top of the Grand Gyros minecart railway. And there's our current destination, Sandstorm Station. Not exactly grand or glorious per se, but it's a solid station, a solid structure. That being said, it does need a bit more sandstone to solidify the supporting structural walls, but still, I like it. It's a good station. It's a good place. And as we branch out to different parts of the world, with more rail lines between them, I'll probably figure out some kind of redstone contraptions to make it so we can change rails depending on where we want to go. But we'll see what happens when we get to that. But for right now, that is going to do it for this session, everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and say thank you, everyone, so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the streams. I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and a comment. Subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on notifications by smacking the bell. Whoops, hang on. So that you don't miss the next stream or video. Make sure to check out the About page for links to other pages with more content from yours truly, as well as other ways to support the channel. And of course, don't forget to share the channel with your friends if you think they may enjoy the content too. That all being said, thank you once again for watching. I am JGardo1, your guide, bard, and humble host into the worlds virtual and fantastical. And I will see you all next time, right here on Guardian Studios. Bye!